We're back with the hair that's not brushed. Shouldn't this be a little brighter? Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's early and I'm still drinking my coffee, still staying in my temporary veneers. The dentist did say though that coffee and everything was like okay, I think. So today I'm going to show you guys my minimalistic makeup, or natural-esque makeup, no makeup, whatever y'all want to call it. You can do this with your favorite foundation. Today I'm going to use a powder foundation, which I've been really into. So I'm going to show you the two powder foundations that I tend to use a lot. Sometimes I do use them together because you'll see that one gives like more of like a luminous glow to the skin and one is like more of a matte glow, so it's like whatever your vibe is for that day. I've been really into these two powder foundations, so if you've been looking for like a good one, hopefully one of these will work for you. But before we jump into today's video, I quickly want to mention to you guys my first Audible pick of the year. If you guys don't know, I've been partnered with Audible for a really long time now, and I've enjoyed every second of it. A lot of you guys have Audible now too, because so many of you will send me DMs like sending me book recommendations, which I really love. So I'm into it. I'm glad you guys are into it. I've always been obsessed with reading. I don't know if it's because I was like an only child or what, but books have always been a passion of mine and I just really enjoy reading them. So before I tell you about the book that I'm currently listening to, if you guys want to start a 30-day free trial with Audible, all you have to do is go to audible.com/Nicole. They have an unmatched selection of books. Anything you want is there. And the really cool thing about Audible is if you don't like the book, you can return it and get a different book, which is really cool because sometimes you start listening to a book and you're just like, no, I don't want to listen to you. That happens to me all the time. But the book that I'm currently listening to is The Productivity Project by Chris Bailey. I haven't finished it yet. Usually when I talk to you guys about a book, I have finished the book. I still have a few chapters left. Actually, I still have 6 hours remaining, but I'm on chapter 7. I just started it, and chapter 7 is called Why the Internet is Killing Your Productivity. We all know that I struggle with being consistent. It's just so weird. It's just something that I've struggled with for a long time. So it's just like kind of like an eye-opening book. I feel like I take notes when I listen to this book. I have a pen and pad. I have it in my planner, like the notes that I take when I listen to this. This is a book that you definitely have to listen to thoroughly if you do want to listen to this book, because he has amazing tips in it just to be more productive and just to kind of get your life together. Just know it's not like a book that you can just kind of, I don't know, like some books you can you don't have to like really pay attention to and you still know what's going on. Like you have to pay attention to this book, but it is really amazing. I've been trying to listen to more books that are about like just like being productive and time management and being consistent, all things that I struggle with. So yeah, again, it's called The Productivity Project, and if you want to check it out and listen, all you have to do is go to audible.com/Nicole. You can also text Nicole to 500-500 and start your free trial that way. I just love Audible. If you have not tried it yet, I definitely recommend it. Everyone in my family listens to it. All my friends listen to it. It's just, Audible is just bomb. Like, it's nice to switch it up. Like, it's nice to listen before you go to sleep. It's nice to listen in the car. It's nice to just listen when you're cleaning the house or doing something. Like, sometimes, like, y'all know I love music, but sometimes it's just nice to chill and listen to a book. So if you want to chill and listen to a book, the link's in the bottom bar. I feel like I should pull this hair back a little bit. Okay. Also, do you guys want me to do a video like talking about my ear, like this damn snake? This is one of my favorite earrings, but honestly, he just flips around. Not even gonna get started. But if you do want me to do a video talking about my piercings and the process and the healing process and what I think, let me know in the comments down below, because I will do it. I just don't know like if you guys want to hear it. I have already moisturized my skin. When I do this look, I make sure that I moisturize right when I get up in the morning, because I am using a powder foundation. I like my skin to be like a little moisturized, but I don't want to put the moisturizer on right before I put on the powder, just because I find that if the moisturizer isn't distributed evenly and sunken in evenly all over your skin, that sometimes the powder foundation can actually stick to parts of your face more intense than others. So I just always make sure that I moisturize in the morning. So I'm either wearing this face out in public or I'm wearing this makeup, so it just kind of, it works. Okay, so the two powder foundations that I go between are the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation, which we used in my last video. I love this powder foundation to not only set my foundation, but I also love it on days that I just want to kind of create like an even canvas. So this powder foundation is going to give you more of a matte look. Like I said, it's all about the vibe that you're going for that day. And then my one that gives me more of like a luminous, glowy look, but is still powder foundation, is the BareMinerals Original Foundation. Now mine looks different because they come out with these during holiday where it's just like a jumbo deluxe size, but this is just the original BareMinerals foundation. And I use this guy in light 08 and I use the Lock-It foundation in medium 45. And both of them are a little bit darker than like this skin tone right here, but it does kind of end up working out, and I do always just bring whatever I've got on my face down onto the skin that's showing on my neck. I just feel like your face and your neck are like one entity and they should be treated as one and not treated separately. So whatever you're doing to your face, makeup wise, skincare wise, don't forget your homie right here. Like it wants to be loved too. The look that I'm gonna go for today, I'm gonna go for like a more luminous glow. So I'm gonna use the BareMinerals, but I do use these together. Sometimes I feel like maybe I look a little too glowy and I'll pop some of this Kat Von D on top, so maybe we'll do that. To apply the BareMinerals foundation, I'm just going to pop some of this into the lid, and then I use the actual BareMinerals Kabuki brush. I'm pretty sure that I got this on Sephora. That's where I got like that deluxe size. And then I just swirl my brush into the product and then tap it off. And then we're gonna pop this right on to the face. Now, usually this takes me like 10-15 minutes to do at the most. Obviously, it's gonna take us a little longer because I'm sitting here bullshitting with y'all, but it's really fast. So I'm just going to swirl it on my face like this. Jujubee is back. So I'm gonna do this one side so that you guys can see. But I do use the swirling buffing motion that is recommended with this foundation. I wouldn't normally do this type of motion with a powder foundation. Like with the Kat Von D one, I push that one into the skin like everything else. Jujubee. Like with the Kat Von D one, I would take a brush and push it into the skin like this to make sure that I'm getting like the perfect amount of coverage. But if you've ever tried the BareMinerals foundation, you know that this is the technique. So, hi buddy. So here's my side that has the coverage and the side that doesn't. As you can see, it is a little bit darker than my skin tone, even though I'm still using light 08, but it does work itself out. I really don't need to pull that much down onto the neck because it'll just kind of work its way into looking like my neck color, but it is a little on the darker side. But the coverage is so nice, and it does, I don't know if you can tell, it just has like this really pretty like glow to the skin that a lot of powder foundations don't. So like I look healthy and alive over here, and I'm just like, I look like I'm asleep over here. So let's just work this side out. We're just gonna go in circles. Boom, boom, boom. This kind of gives you like a little bit of a luminous glow, but if you want it to go with like a more matte look, I would take like this foundation and just kind of hit like on places that I want to be like a little more matte in. And I feel like the two together just really complement each other. What are you doing, baby goo? So some days, I'm not gonna lie, I do just leave the house like this. I would spray my face with a setting spray so that it's not gonna look like powder, even though I feel like this foundation doesn't look like powder sitting on your skin. But on days when I want to be a little more thrown together and give my face a little bit of dimension, I will throw some extra steps in. So I'm gonna do my brows really quick, and I'm really liking this Precisely My brow pencil. I just think that the color is really nice. It doesn't make my brows look too dark because, as you can see, I already have dark eyebrows to begin with. So I'm just going to, oh my god, these shorts are so tight. I'm about to take them off. And just kind of give it a little brush through, and then now you have like a more put together brow than this guy over here. And next we're just gonna do a little bit of concealing. So this is a product that I'm absolutely obsessed with. This is the Hourglass Retouching Fluid, and I have it in the shade Natural. I have it in a bunch of shades. This is just the one that I tend to gravitate towards the most. This is on its last leg. I need to get some more, but this product is just like magical to me. I really like it when I use a powder foundation. A lot of people are nervous with powder foundations. They think that you can't put like a liquid on top of it, which you can. I've used other concealers with this look and it's worked fine. People are nervous about liquid and powders. They think that, you know, you should put a liquid on before you put a powder. But the cool thing about this guy, if you do feel that like little bit of nervousness, is this is a retouching fluid. So it is meant to go over powders and stuff like that. So I'm gonna use it in the shade Natural. We're not gonna do anything too bright or crazy. And we're just going to pop this just in the corner of the eye and just keep it right there. Just wherever the darkest part of your eye is. And I don't know what is in here, but this really is like one of my most magical holy grail product right here. Now you can tap this out with your fingers, which works just fine, but you see this long ass nail, it just doesn't want to get in there. So I just always use a brush and just do like a little bit of tapping to blend that edge out and pull the product over just a little bit. And I always like to go up into the corner of my eye just because I find that it gets dark in there. And that's it. And I always just kind of come in right here and tap on the side of the nose. There's no like line there. That Hourglass retouching fluid is just, like I said, magical. That foundation might have not been my friend, but this is my BFF. There's a lot of Hourglass products that I like. I feel bad that that foundation didn't work for me in that last video, but it just didn't. Boom. Instantly you look brighter, but you're not like bright, you know? I'm gonna set my under eyes with a little bit of the brightening powder, just a tiny bit. It doesn't really need to be set. I just like to put this here if we're creating like more dimension on the face. So I just put it in the corners and then I put some on my lids as well because I just feel like my eyelids are always dark. Now sometimes I don't even use bronzer if I'm like in a rush and I only got a limited amount of time, but I got time today, so we're gonna put some bronzer on. It kind of just all depends on the amount of time I have when I'm doing this face. Like I said, if I don't have a lot of time, I will skip bronzer and just do blush, because I feel like if you have blush on, you can really get away without putting bronzer on. Bronzer just kind of takes it up a notch. So I'm gonna use this Jouer Blush Palette. The two shades that I really like in here are Know Me and Adore Me. Adore Me is the one that I use almost every single day, and it was the one that I would always use like in the ones that were like this, was the Adore Me shade. So it's nice to like have it in this palette, and I'll usually pop a little bit of Know Me, which is like the brighter pink, on top if I feel like I want to be like extra popping with blush, because blush is one of my favorites. And so I'm just gonna hit the cheeks. Blush just gives like a healthy appearance to the skin. Like, I like it. And don't ever feel like you're gonna put too much blush on, because blush is one of the things that fade the fastest on your face. Like, I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but you could put a ton of blush on and then a few hours later it's like, where's my cheek color at? So I always like to go a little bit extra heavy-handed. I'm gonna take a little bit of that Know Me, which is the brighter pink, and add that. I always like to put it across my nose too, because that's where you would like naturally, you know, like if you had like a little sunburn here, you would get it there. Buff it out a little. But yeah, if you ever feel like you put too much blush on, don't worry, because blush fades the fastest out of anything. Okay. This, when I was little, when I would see my mom do this, like I would be like, what in the world is this lady doing? For mascara, again, I'm gonna use the Essence Lash Princess. This is such an amazing mascara. I'm just completely obsessed with it. I love the brush. I love the actual formula of the mascara. There's a little cat hair on here. Surprise, surprise. I like to get really close to my lash line. That's where I like to get a lot of the product, is at the lash line. So I get here and kind of wiggle the brush back and forth. I also like to close my eye and kind of just hold that there to give it like more lift. I love this mascara. And if you ever get mascara like close to your lash line, just wait for it to dry and then take a Q-tip and wipe it off, because once it's dry, it's gonna come off like that. If you try to take it off while it's wet, you're just gonna smudge, you're gonna get mad, you're gonna get irritated, you're gonna be like, why did this happen? So just wait for it to dry. So that is it for the face. And before we do our lip, I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Spray and just, you know how it is, spray the shit out of your face. I just really like to spray my face a lot, because once the setting spray kind of sinks in to the powder or foundation or whatever you're wearing, it just makes your skin look like skin. So don't be stingy. My everyday lip consists of the KKW Beauty Liner. I love this lip liner. I love the shade of it. The longevity of this lip liner is really good as well. I can eat, I can drink, I can do whatever, and I still kind of have that lip line going on because I do overdraw my lips. So not a lot, especially like on a day like this, but I do still overdraw them. And then for my actual lip color, this is Fleshpot by MAC, and I'm just gonna tap some. I'm gonna dry ass lips. Then I'll just kind of blend everything together with my finger and then hit it all with the gloss. This is just from Girlactik in Sheer Bone, but you can use like any kind of just sheer gloss. So here is the finished look. This is my fast go-to face if I just feel like looking like I didn't just roll out of bed. This is a look that I have practiced for a lot of years, so I can totally do this makeup in 15 minutes or less, brows included if I'm not sitting here. I definitely recommend practicing doing one face a lot, just kind of like to have a go-to face. So if you ever wake up late, you can get your shit together, throw your makeup on. I can honestly do this makeup without a mirror. Like, I don't even have to look. That's just how many times I've done this look. You can definitely switch out the powder foundations for a liquid foundation if you want a little more coverage, even though I will say that the BareMinerals foundation and the Kat Von D powder foundation do provide full coverage. So I don't feel the need to go in with a liquid foundation. If you do live in like a hot state that has a lot of humidity like Florida does, the powder foundation is going to be your best friend because it's gonna last longer. I've just found that it lasts longer on me, especially when it's like hot outside, which it currently is like 90 degrees already. I absolutely love this face. I think the lip brings it all together and makes it look a little more done than it actually is, but you can totally save time on this if you skip the bronzer. You can definitely skip steps to kind of save yourself time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That is it for me. I love you guys, and I will see you super soon in another video. Bye guys.